Hello everyone, I am Gaurav Srivastava, Assistant Professor, Sage University, Bhopal. In today's topic, we will learn unsupervised learning. Unsupervised learning. Basically, unsupervised learning is a machine learning technique where you do not need to supervise the model. Instead, you need to allow the model to work on its own to discover the information from the data set. It mainly deals with the unlabeled data. And as you know, the supervised learning is deal with the labeled data, and here unsupervised learning is basically dealing with the unlabeled data. Unsupervised learning algorithms allow you to perform more complex processing tasks as compared to the supervised learning. Why we use unsupervised learning? Unsupervised machine learning finds all kind of unknown patterns in the dataset. Unsupervised learning is much similar as a human learns to think by their own experiences, which makes it closer to the real artificial intelligence. Unsupervised learning helps you to find features which can be useful for categorization. It is easier to get unlabeled data from a computer than the labeled dataset, which needs manual intervention. There are basically two types of unsupervised machine learning techniques. One is clustering and second is your association. So here your first type is clustering. It is an important concept when it comes to the unsupervised learning. It mainly deals with finding a structure or pattern in a collection of uncategorized data. This is most widely used technique of the unsupervised learning, and clustering algorithms will process your data and find natural clusters. That means groups. So when we are talking about the clusters, so clusters are basically the groups if they exist in the data. You can also modify how many clusters your algorithm should identify. So clustering is the task of dividing the population or data points into a number of groups such that data points in the same groups are more similar to the other data points in the same group than those in the other group. Sometimes partitioning is our goal, and with the help of clustering, we can group similar items, products, and users together. This grouping or segmentation works across industries, and that's why makes this concept of clustering such an important one in the field of data science. This is an example of clustering. Suppose a bank want to give loan offers to its customers, but there are millions of potential customers in a bank. So does it make sense to look at the details of each customer separately and then make a data decision? No, it is not like that. So what can the bank do? One option is to segment its customers into different groups. For instance, the bank can group the customers based on their income, like high income, average income, and low income. So in these three groups, bank can segregate the customers. The group above are known as clusters, and the process of creating these group is known as clustering. So the clustering clusters are basically what? Clusters are the groups, and the process of creating these groups is known as the clustering. So here you can see in this example, here in the x-axis there is an income of the customer, and in the y-axis there is a debit which the customers debit from the account. So if you want to segregate your customers or segment your customers into different groups, what we can do? We can do, we can make two clusters, like the customers having income up to 6,000 should be in the first group, and the customers who are having the income more than 8,000 can be in the different group. You can make four clusters also. How? You can divide the debit income debit amount of the customers, and by using this debit amount you can create two clusters from these points. You can take up to 150 debit in a one cluster. You can take more than 200 debit in the second cluster. Similarly, in the third clusters, we can take income up to 8,000 and debit amount up to 150 in the third cluster. And in the fourth clusters, you can take income more than 8,000 and debit more than 200. So here you can make either two clusters based on your requirements, or you can make the four clusters also. Second type of clustering is association. So basically association rules allow you to establish associations among data objects inside large databases. And this unsupervised technique is about discovering exciting relationships between variables in the large databases. Association rule makes marketing strategy more effective. For example, you can say people that buy a new home most likely to buy a new furniture. Thank you. Stay tuned and subscribe to Sage University Bhopal. Thank you.